integrals. Have you watched the videos of mine in YouTube for subtopic 4.1 and 4.2? Have you watched the videos?
Yes.
Okay, did you understand the lecture, the lesson? Faham ke tak, guys?
Fahamlah juga, tapi laju sangat kira.
Lah, kalau laju you stop lah. Pause. Video kan? You beruntung tau sebab semester ni belajar online. Boleh tengok video guys, you boleh berhenti je. Pause ulang balik. 10 kali ulang pun boleh. Kalau belajar face to face, lagi saya ajar laju kat whiteboard tu. Lagi you kena, kalau ikut my previous students, dia memang kena, sometimes dia record pun saya punya lecture dalam kelas tu. Sebab tak sempat salin. Saya memang akan salin dalam whiteboard. Okay, so right now it's better for you to study online sebab ada video. So you boleh pause, you boleh stop, you salin, lepas tu pilih balik and then salin balik, macam tu lah. And then in fact I already provide the notes, right? So you tak perlu salin pun tak apa actually. You just need to understand the steps. Okay, so subtopic 4.1, area in polar coordinates. Okay guys, this subtopic is for single integration. Okay, this is for the single integration. Kita ada multiple integral kan, this is for single integral lah. Okay, in polar coordinates. Alright, polar coordinates. So everybody have to copy this down as usual. Please prepare your pen, pencil or notebook. Okay, tolong salin Okay, so now the formula of area in polar coordinates. We have A equals to 1/2 integration from A until B. Okay, we have R squared d theta. So the function R will be given. All right, and then in this single integration, the angle is from A until B. Okay, angle ni limit lah. Angle ni adalah limit. This is the angle sudut, which represents the limit of integration. Okay, so let's take a look at the exercise 4.1. Okay, here. Alright, so we will solve a few parts of this question. Let us start with question number 1, rose curve. Find the area of the region enclosed by the rose curve. How many petals do we have here for this question?
3.
3 petals. Yes, very good. 3 petals exercise. That's why saya mention dulu dalam final exam memang dia tak masuk chapter 1. Tak masuk. Tapi what you already learn in chapter 1 will be covered in chapter 4. Okay, maksudnya sebelum you nak cari you punya area tu, you kena tahu lukisan tu macam mana, right? Okay, so we have 4 cos 3 theta. So as in chapter 1, if we sketch the rose curve, we will have a curve like this. We have 3 petals. 1, 2, 3, something like this, kan? And here the length is 4. All right. So now, guys, what you should do here is, okay, as we know, the formula should be like this. Okay, integration of R squared d theta. So, first of all, we need to find the angle. Okay, find the angle here. What's the angle here? And what's the angle here? We need to find the angle that bounded for 1 petal. Okay, find the angle. Okay, before this, kalau you nak lukis, to sketch, you let R equals to the length of petal, isn't it? To sketch, sebelum ni, in chapter 1, to sketch, you let R equals to length of petal, right? Let's say in this case, R equals to 4. However, in order to find the angle, 4 roses, 4 rows, roses, untuk roses, we let R equals to 0. Okay, step ni spesifik untuk roses sahaja. Okay, so we let R equals to 0. So we know that R equals to 4 cos 3 theta. So we have to equate this with 0. So why 0? Because we want to find the bounded angle for one loop, complete loop. Okay, so kita akan let equals to 0 lah. Alright, so now cos 3 theta equals to 0, of course. So 3 theta equals to cos of 0. So if you use your calculator, you tekan shift cos 0, you will get what? How many degrees?
Ninety
90 degrees, or, okay, 90 degrees, or this is equivalent to pi over 2, isn't it? Okay, so theta is equals to pi over 2 divided by 3, we get pi over 6. Okay, or 90 divided by 3, 30 degrees. 90 divided by 3 is 30 degrees, so pi over 6 lah. Alright, so automatically, guys, the value here should be pi over 6. Okay, pi over 6. So, of course, when we know that this graph is symmetric about x-axis. Okay, this symmetric terhadap x kan, ni x, part C y. So bila symmetric, kalau dekat atas, if the above angle is pi over 6, of course, the lower angle also pi over 6. But here we have negative sign. So negative pi over 6. Okay guys, so what you can do here is, in order for calculating the area, okay, in this question, it does not mention how many petals or which petals. So we consider, for this case, all petals lah, all petals. Okay, all petals. Sebab dia tak mention dia nak berapa petals. So kita consider dia all petals lah. Okay. So in order to calculate all of these 3 petals, we consider the first petal dulu ni. Okay guys, so we will have area A equals to 1 over 2 integration from negative pi over 6 until pi over 6 4 cos 3 theta squared d theta. Okay, so this is only for one petal. So what you should do, you have to multiply this by, this is for one petal. One petal, tak ada S. So for all petals, what you should do is A equals to 3 petals. We have 3, right? So 3 petals times 1 over 2 integration from negative pi over 6 until pi over 6 4 cos 3 theta squared d theta. Okay guys, so okay, this is one formula. Okay, or another formula is you can consider half of this. Okay, let's say saya ambil marker pen biru saya kata. You can consider half of this. Okay, let's say you can consider this half petal ni. So bila half, we will take angle from 0. Okay, angle from 0. So we can have, okay, A equals to 3 times 1 over 2 times 2. Kenapa times 2? Sebab saya kira separuh petal tadi. Daripada kosong. So angle, the limit of integration from 0 until pi over 6. So kalau you consider this from 0, you have to multiply by 2. If you consider from negative pi over 6, no need for you to multiply by 2. Okay, so the same thing happen here for cos 3 theta squared d theta. So either you can have your integration like this or like this. Both will give you the same answer. Understand, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now, kenapa saya suka guna yang kedua ni? Because it's much easier with angle equals to 0. Okay, so let us proceed with the calculation here. We have equals to, so 3, 2 and 2 can be cancelled. This can be cancelled. Then we will have 3 multiplied by 0 pi over 6. Okay, 4 squared. So we have 16 cos squared 3 theta d theta. All right. So from here we will have 48, 16 times 3, so 0 and 3 pi over 6 cos squared 3 theta d theta. Okay guys, now we will need to use the double angle formula. Okay, double angle formula we let, okay, as we know, okay, cos squared theta equals to 1 over 2 1 plus cos 2 theta. Okay, if we have cos squared theta, we will have cos 2 theta. So thus, in this case, we have cos squared 3 theta. So what happened here? We will have 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 plus cos 6 theta. Okay, why 6? Kenapa 6? Sebab kat sini we have 1 theta becomes 2 theta. Therefore, if we have 3 theta multiplied by 2, that's why we have 6 theta. Understand this? Understand, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so 0 and 3 pi over 6. Okay, so we need to substitute this with this one. Okay, so we will have cos squared becomes 1 over 2, 1 plus cos 6 theta d theta. So we will have 48 times half, we have 24. So 0 and 3 pi over 6, we have 1 plus cos 6 theta d theta. So finally, 24. Integrate 1, we will get theta. Plus integrate cos, we will get cos 6 theta. We will get what? Dapat apa guys? Integrate cos dapat apa ni? Kenapa tak ada feedback ni?
Sine.
Sine 6 theta.
So what happened to this 6? Bawa ke mana ni? 6 ni bawa ke mana?
Bawah.
Bawa ke bawah. Yes, very good. Okay, so we will have 1 over 6 sine 6 theta. Okay, substitute pi over 6 and 0. So we will have 24 multiplied by pi over 6 plus 1 over 6 sine pi. This will get 0 lah. Minus, kalau 0, sine 0 also 0. So we will have 24 multiplied by pi over 6, we will have 4 pi. Okay, so this is the answer. All right. Next question. Question number 3 is quite straightforward, right? 1 minus cos theta in the second and fourth. So you have to do it one by one lah. All right, this is quite straightforward. So I'm not going to solve this. Okay, so question number 3. Let us do question number 3. Okay, question number 3. Area of the region inside the cardioid and outside circle. Okay, so let us sketch the graph first. We have X, we have Y. Okay, so let's say we sketch the circle dulu. Circle, dia ada radius 3 kan? Okay, like that. Here is 3. And then we have a cardioid. Okay, cardioid ni sebelah mana? Ni, cardioid ni. Right, left, up or above? What's the major axis? Pak siapa tu? Kalau cos.
X.
X axis, right? So on the right or left?
Right.
Right, because positive. Okay, so should be on the right. Yes. Okay, so we will have 2 plus 2. So like this lah. Something like this and like this. Okay. Macam tu lah lebih kurang. So here we will have 4. Right here we will have 2. Okay, it said that inside the cardioid but outside the circle. So inside the cardioid, outside the circle. So the region would be here. This is the region. Okay. So now we need to calculate this region area. Okay, before that you have to find the intersecting angle. Intersecting angle. Okay, you need to find the intersecting angle. So the intersecting angle should be from this to this. Dalam video YouTube saya tu pun saya ada mention kan, cara nak cari intersecting angle. So you need to find what's the angle here and what's the angle here. Okay. So how do we find the intersecting angle, guys? We need to equate both of this R. Kita ada dua R. Ni R yang pertama, ni R yang kedua. So you have to equate both of this R. So R1 equals to R2. So R1 is 2 plus 2 cos theta. Equate this with the second R. Second R is equals to 3, circle. So we have equals to 3. So 2 cos theta equals to 3 minus 2 should be 1. So cos theta equals to 1 over 2. So theta should be cos of 1 over 2. You should get what? Theta equals to?
Pi over 3.
Yes, pi over 3. Alright. So we will have here, ni, you akan dapat atas ni equals to pi over 3. And then bawah ni pun equals to pi over 3. Okay. Negative pi over 3. Sorry, negative pi over 3. Okay, so as usual, let's say I consider half of this region. So I consider theta start from 0. Alright, so again, you will have two formulas. If you want to calculate directly, you can have this 1 over 2 integration from negative pi over 3 until pi over 3. Okay, so apa tolak apa ni? Which one? This line belongs to what? Cardioid or circle? Cardioid. Okay, so cardioid, you have to deduct cardioid and this belongs to the circle. So cardioid tolak circle lah. Okay, cardioid minus circle. So we will have cardioid is 2 plus 2 cos theta squared minus circle is 3 squared. So d theta. Okay. Or as I mentioned earlier, saya suka kalau calculate, saya suka guna zero angle. So 0, 1 over 2, I have to multiply by 2 lah because I consider from 0. Pi over 3, so we have, this is just the same. Cos theta squared minus 3 squared d theta. Okay, so you boleh guna yang atas ataupun yang bawah ya. Both will give you the same answer. Okay, so let us solve this question. So 1 over 2, 1 over 2, we can cancel this. 2 and 2. So let us expand the quadratic. Okay guys, so 2 squared. First of all, you have to expand 2 squared. So we have 4. And then you have to put, okay, since this is plus, so dia akan jadi plus. Okay, next you have to multiply everything. 2 times 2 times 2 cos theta. 2 kali 2 kali 2 jadi 8 cos theta plus 2 cos theta squared. So we have 4 cos squared theta. Okay, and then minus 9. So d theta. So let us solve this one. 0 until pi over 3. So 4 minus 5 minus 9 becomes negative 5 plus 8 cos theta plus 4 cos squared theta. Alright guys, as I mentioned earlier, This you can use the trigonometric identity. So cos squared theta is equivalent to 1 over 2 1 plus cos 2 theta. Okay. So we will have 4 multiplied by 1 over 2 1 plus cos 2 theta. Dalam kes ni dia single theta je lah. So bila single dia akan jadi 2 theta. Alright. So close this bracket d theta. Alright, so let's expand this again. 0 until pi over 3, negative 5 plus 8 cos theta plus 2. 4 times half is 2 plus 2 cos 2 theta d theta. So our integration becomes negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3 plus 8 cos theta plus 2 cos 2 theta d theta. Okay, so now let us integrate. Barulah integrate. Negative 3 theta plus, okay, integrate cos we get sine. So 8 sine theta plus 2 divide by 2. Okay, because we have coefficient 2 here, so bawa ke bawah. Alright, so the integrate cos we get sine 2 theta. So we have pi over 3 and then 0. So substitute everything with pi over 3. So we will have negative 3 times pi over 3. So plus 8 sine pi over 3 plus, okay, this can be cancelled. Jadi sine 2. Sine 2 darab pi per 3. So sine 2 pi over 3. Like this minus. Okay, 0. So everything becomes 0. Should be easy. That's why I prefer substitute 0 supaya dia mudah kira lah. Okay, so sine pi over 3 is actually square root 3 over 2. Sine 2 pi over 3 should be also square root 3 over 2, isn't it? Kalau you pakai calculator. So negative 3 pi jadi negative pi je lah. Plus 8 square root 3 over 2 and then plus square root 3 over 2. So we have negative pi plus 4 plus 1, so 5. Oh, sorry, plus 5 pula. Square root 3 pi over 3, square root 3 over 2. Negative pi plus 9. Square root 3 over 2, isn't it? 8 tambah 1, 9. Cuba cek jawapan ni sama tak? The answer should be question number 3. Okay, yes. Samalah. Okay. So that's the answer. Understand guys? For question number 3 ni. Kalau kuas soalan quiz boleh jawab ni. Soalan ni. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. So next, ni satu-satu tau. Question number 4 is 1 by 1 bukan combine tau. Dia 1 by 1 sebenarnya. Okay, 1 by 1. Because if you notice in question number 4 you have 3 answers. So dia satu-satu lah. Berbeza dia bukan combine. Okay, what else? Oh, nak selesai buat soalan mana lagi guys? Cuba beritahu saya. Which question? I believe some of you already did this question. So which one yang you rasa susah tak dapat jawab ni? Question number? Let's take a look at question number 5 lah. Question number 4 tu dia quite straightforward. Dia satu-satu je kan. So kalau quadrant, third quadrant ni of course lah. Third quadrant dekat yang ketiga lah kan. This is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So you kena tengok lah soalan nak yang mana. Okay, let's do question number 5. Dia ada combinations ni. Combination. Okay, so question number 5. Okay, question number 5. Sketch the circle R equals to 2 together with cardioid 2 minus 2 cos theta. Okay, cardioid ni dia berada pada paksi apa?
X.
Right. Okay, right or left?
Yeah.
Left. Left. Sebab dia negatif kan? Okay, left should be negative. Okay, if you notice here guys, the punya radius, the value is the same because we have 2 here, here also 2, here also 2. So for this question, we can directly got the angle by just looking at the graph. Okay, okay. Saya explain nanti ni. Okay, jom kita lukis dulu. Alright, question X and Y. Okay, so we have, let's say we start with sketching the circle. Lepas tu sini ada 2 tau. And then we have the cardiac, cardiac kita sebelah kiri on the left. Partial. Macam tu. Okay. Guys, since the values of the radius are the same, so it must be intersect. Betul-betul pada paksi 2 lah, negative 2 juga kat sini. Right here is negative 4, right here is negative 2, and here is 2 lah, of course. Okay. So now we will have 3 different regions for A, B, and C. Let's do question A first. Sketch and find the area of the region outside the cardioid but inside the circle. Okay, outside the cardioid but inside the circle. Question A. Outside cardioid but inside the circle. Okay, di luar cardioid tapi inside circle, and another one, ada lagi, in the first quadrant. Outside cardioid, inside circle. Okay, so we will have this region. Okay, so we will have this region, isn't it? Did you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, soalan ni is special because we have the same value, so no need for you to find the intersecting angle. Okay, so we just know from the graph, we know that here is theta equals to 0, and then atas ni theta equals to pi over 2 sebab dia intersect betul-betul pada paksi. Okay, the intersection of both radius on the axis. So we can just directly take the angle from the graph. However, from the previous question, we cannot take the angle from the graph. We have to calculate the angle. Because kenapa? Why? Because the angle is not located on the axis. Dia tak berada pada paksi. Dia terapung kat sini ni kan? Ni, right here, the angle, the intersection. So that's why kita kena calculate angle tu. Okay? Kalau dalam soalan number 5 ni, tak perlu calculate sebab dia punya intersection point tu berada betul-betul atas axis. So no need for us to calculate the angle. So we can take the angle directly from the graph. Understand, guys? Faham maksud saya cari angle tu? Okay. So now we can proceed with the calculation. So area, right? So don't forget 1/2 straight away. A until B. So apa ni? What's the lower limit? Theta should be equals to 0 because it said that in the first quadrant. So this is first quadrant lah. Kan soalan tu nak first quadrant. So this is the region. So 0 until pi over 2. Okay, so now cardioid tolak circle ke circle tolak cardioid?
Circle tolak cardioid.
Yes, very good. Circle minus cardioid. So we have circle as 2 squared minus cardioid is 2 minus 2 cos theta squared, d theta. Okay, so let us proceed. We will have 1 over 2 integration from 0 until pi over 2. So we have 4 minus, again we need to expand this. So 2 squared is 4 minus 8 cos theta plus 4 cos squared theta d theta. So 4 minus 4, 0 lah. So 1 over 2. So negative, negative becomes positive. 8 cos theta minus 4 cos squared theta d theta. Okay, as usual, this one, we have a cos squared. So we will have 1 over 2, 1 plus cos 2 theta. Guys, what happen kalau dia sin squared?
Minus.
Minus kalau sin squared, sekejap kalau sin squared theta, dia akan jadi 1 over 2, 1 minus cos 2 theta. Itu je beza dia Dalam soalan yang kita buat ni kebetulan semua cos, so plus lah. Kalau sin squared dia akan jadi minus. Ni formula lah, you kena ingat lah ni. Alright. Dalam kes ni dia adalah cos, so bila cos dia positif lah. Okay, so let's proceed. So 8 cos theta minus 2 cos 2 theta d theta. Alright, so the answer would be, let us integrate. 8 cos theta, so 8 sin theta minus 2 theta minus jadi minus 2 over 2 sin 2 theta, substitute pi over 2 and 0. So again, this one can be cancelled. Okay, ni dapat 0 lah. Kebetulan dia 0. Kalau cos 0, tak jadi 0 So kebetulan dia sin, so everything 0 lah. Okay, so sin pi over 2 is equivalent to 1. Sin pi is 0, so we will have four minus pi over 2. Okay, so this is the answer. 4 minus pi over 2. Alright, so that's the answer. So let's take a look at the question B. Okay, question B. Sketch and find the area. Sketch and find the area. Cepat ambil dulu. Outside the circle, but inside the cardioid. Allah. Okay. Outside the circle, inside the cardioid. Tak boleh nak resize pula. Tak apalah. Inside, saya tulis balik Inside cardioid. Outside circle. Okay, so let us sketch the region. Question B ni. Kita nak shade region itu. X and Y. So here is 2, right here is -4. Outside the circle but inside the cardioid. So kat mana agaknya ni? So it should be here. Right? Okay, now guys, since the region is somewhere here, okay, so can you give me the angle? Angle kat atas ni still pi/2 lah. How about the lower angle here? Dia kan intersect kat sini juga kan? Ni. So what's the angle here at the lower part ni? Guys, takkan dah lupa.
3 pi over 2.
Yes, 3 pi over 2. Okay, 3 pi over 2. Yes. So, okay, let us calculate the region. A equals to 1 over 2. Okay, now from pi over 2, limit ingat kalau limit kat bawah mesti lebih kecil daripada atas lah. So the lower limit should be pi over 2 until the above limit is higher, so 3 pi over 2. Okay, right now, cardioid minus circle or circle minus cardioid?
Cardioid minus circle.
Yes, very good. Cardioid minus circle. So 2 minus 2 cos theta squared minus 2 squared d theta. Okay, so we will have 1 over 2. 3 pi over 2. So we will have 4 minus, kita kurungkan lah. 4 minus 8 cos theta plus 4 cos squared theta minus 2 squared, so minus 4 d theta. So we have 1 over 2, 4 minus 4 habis. So pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. So negative 8 cos theta plus 4 times 1 over 2, 1 plus cos 2 theta lah. Ni sama macam tadi 1 over 2, 1 plus cos 2 theta. Okay. D theta. So let us proceed. So pi over 2. Oh, tak ada dalam limit. Integrate terus. So negative 8 sin theta 2 cos 2 theta should be sin 2 theta lah, 2 over 2 kan. Okay, so we have 1 over 2. Negative 8 sin 3 pi over 2 plus 2 times 3 pi over 2 plus sin 2. 2 darab 3 pi per 2 jadi sin 3 pi. Minus negative 8 sin pi over 2 plus 2 times pi over 2 is pi plus sin 2 pi, so 0. Alright, so 3 pi over 2 should be negative 1. Sin 3 pi is also 0. So we will have negative 8 times negative 1, so 8 lah. So 2 jadi 3 pi. Here, sin pi over 2 is 1. So tambah 8 lah. So you should get 1 over 2. We will have, tertinggal satu lagi Ini settle, yang ni tambah negatif 8 dengan tambah pi. Macam tu. So 8 plus 8 should be 16. 3 pi minus pi. 3 pi minus pi is 2 pi. So divides by 2, 8 plus pi. Okay, so we get this. This is the answer. Understand, guys?
Faham.
Okay, good. All right. Question C. Copy. Question C. What should you get? Inside both. Okay, inside both circle and cardioid in the third quadrant. Question C. So, kalau kita sketch lagi graf ni. Graf ni. Dan kita ada circle. So, kat sini 2 lah. Negatif 2, negatif 4. Soalan ni kata apa ni? Dia nak inside both circle and cardioid. Dalam kedua-duanya. Inside both. So, in the third quadrant. Third quadrant kat sini. Here is the third quadrant. So inside both means okay, inside circle kat sini kan. Perlu tak saya shade region ni? Sekejap saya buat color yellow ni. Do I need to shade the yellow region?
No.
No need. Okay, because it's the sentence, the question asks you to find the region inside both. So inside both means only the blue color, the shaded region in the blue color. So yang ni tak perlu. Okay, yang ni tak perlu dah ni. So just like that. So bila macam tu, menarik soalan ni. Alright. So the area should be, okay, the angle in the third quadrant. So sini berapa ni third quadrant? Sini adalah theta equals to pi. How about yang bawah ni? Theta equals to 3 pi over 2 tadi kan? Okay, so angle ambil daripada sini dengan sinilah. Alright, so now from pi until 3 pi over 2. Okay, what's the R that we consider now? Which R? R yang mana ni kita kena consider? Cardioid or circle?
Circle.
Circle, yes. Okay, circle. Because this line, okay, I use the green color. This line belongs to the circle. Okay, so we just consider only circle saja. So 2 squared d theta. Okay, so now you can integrate this happily. So pi 3 pi over 2 4 d theta. So of course 4 theta. So substitute 3 pi over 2.
Doktor,
Saya.
depan A tak ada 1/2.
1/2 terlupa. Thank you very much. Excited sangat. Sorry. So 1/2. Thank you very much. 1/2, 1/2. Alright. So now dia jadi apa ni? 1/2, 4 times 3, 2 pi. So 12 pi jadi 6 pi. 16 pula. 6 pi minus 4 pi. So we have 1/2 times 2 pi, we get pi. Okay, so understand? The topic of single integration ni?
Yes.
Okay, so now double integrals over rectangular region. Guys, rectangular region ni adalah yang paling senang sekali. Rectangular region, rectangular ni maksudnya peta kan? Square. You can have like this, you can have like this. Contoh, dia memang peta. So what does it mean by rectangular region? Means all limits are constants. Okay, all limits are constants. Okay, jom kita buat soalan ni. Dah try dah buat soalan exercise 4.2. Saya dah bagi dalam group WhatsApp kan? Okay, so question number 1 very easy lah. Question number 2 pun sangat-sangat mudah. Let us do question number 3. Okay, start with question number 3. So now, subtopic 4.2, double integrals, integral over rectangular region. Rectangular region. Okay, so question exercise 4.3. pula. 4.2. Question number 3. Okay, guys. If you notice here, okay, let's take out the limit. Okay, ini saya nak explain sikit lah. Sebab soalan dia suruh sketch region juga kan. Soalan dia suruh sketch region. Sketch region and evaluate the integral. So you have to sketch the region. Okay, so the region should be like this. Okay, this is the region R. Okay, region R. Ni region R. Okay, ini adalah nama dia DA. Right? DA ni can be either, DA ni it can be either dy dx ataupun dx dy. Macam yang saya explain dalam video YouTube saya itulah. Okay. So now, okay guys, how do we read this? Okay, look here carefully. I will use green color for y. Okay, since dy is the inner, so dy, the limit of y should be in the inner part. Okay, dy, limit untuk y adalah belah dalam lah, inner part. Okay, so we will have, okay, y is starting from 0 until pi. Okay, y from 0 until pi. Okay, next, I will use the yellow color for x. X is the outer integral. So the limit for x also in the outer part. Okay, so we can have x from pi until 2 pi. Okay guys, all of the limits are constants. Okay, semua ni constant tau. Pi ni semua ni, dia bukan variable, dia constants. All limits are constants. So bila constants, dia akan jadi rectangular. Okay, rectangular region. So we will have, if you want to sketch the region, okay, this is x, this is y. So y from 0, so let's say 0 here and pi here, and then x from pi until 2 pi. So we will have this region. Okay, so region kita adalah yang ni. Okay, rectangular region. Kan peta tu. Okay, so jom, let's evaluate this integration. From pi until 2 pi, from 0 until pi, sin y plus cos x. Okay guys, okay. The concept is similar to partial derivative. When you want to differentiate with respect to x, thus y becomes your constant. The same thing happened here. Okay, the same thing happened here. If you want to integrate with respect to y, so x becomes a constant. Okay, so let us do this. First pi until 2 pi, just maintain it outside. So now integrate, open the square bracket, we integrate with respect to y first. So bila integrate terhadap y, okay, y yang jadi variable, so x becomes constant. Bila x becomes constant, you can imagine that this x, okay, this x is just a constant. Okay, so integrate sin y, integrate sin dapat positive or negative cos?
Negative cos.
Yes, so negative cos, yes, very good, negative cos y. Okay, and then now since x is just a constant, so the whole thing cos x just a constant. So bila you integrate constant terhadap y, you akan dapat y
Zero.
multiplied. No, you can dapat y multiplied by cos x. Okay guys, I explain like this. Okay, good response tadi Kalau kawan you tak tanya, you tak faham. Okay, let's say saya pakai marker pen merah ni. Ni contoh ni awan nano ni. Okay, contoh for example, kalau kita nak integrate 3 with respect to y, 3 ni constant kan? We want to integrate 3 with respect to y, we will get 3y, isn't it? Constant darab dengan y. So you kena anggap, guys, you have to imagine that cos x ni adalah constant. Anggap dia macam nombor 3. So bila integrate 3 terhadap y, you akan dapat 3 darab dengan y. The same thing happen here. So bila integrate cos x with respect to y, you akan dapat cos x multiply with y. Understand? That's why we get this. Understand, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Benda ni basic tau. You kena faham ni sebab apa? Basic ni sangat penting. Dia akan guna sampai subtopik 4.5 ni. Benda ni masuk final. Final exam. So make sure you betul-betul faham konsep variable dengan constant ni. Okay? So betul-betul, you kena faham betul-betul konsep dia ni. Alright, so now we substitute. Okay, so substitute, bear in mind tadi kita integrate with respect to y kan. So gantikan limit y lah. Y equals to 0 and y equals to pi. Dx. Salin guys. Saya nak you salin sebiji-sebiji apa yang saya buat ni. Okay, copy everything ni. Alright, so now equals to from pi until 2 pi. Okay, so we substitute the limit negative cos pi plus, okay, substitute with y, y equals to pi cos x minus, okay, substitute y equals to 0, so negative cos 0 plus 0, okay, y equals to 0 darab dengan cos x, so jadi 0 lah, tak ada apa, sebab 0 tu duduk depan, so dia jadi 0, dx. Guys, kalau you tak faham, you tanya saya direct dalam video ni dalam kelas ni you jangan pendam je. Kalau tak faham terus direct tanya sebab saya nak you faham betul-betul ni konsep double integration ni. So cos pi is negative 1. Okay, so cos 0 is 1. Okay, so substitute the limit. Until 2 pi. So we will have negative 1, so positive 1 plus pi cos x, okay, minus negative 1 plus 0 lah, dx. So we will have from pi until 2 pi, 1 minus 1 becomes 2 plus pi cos x dx. Okay, plus pi cos x dx. Okay guys, now integrate 2 with respect to x, we will get
2x.
2. Yes, we will get 2x. Okay, good. So we will have 2x. Okay, integrate cos x, we will get integrate pi tu just constant. Integrate cos x dapat
Pi sin x.
yes, pi sin x. Okay, so plus pi sin x. Pi tu just constant, darab. Masuk balik je lah. So substitute pi and 2 pi. Okay, so we will have 2 times 2 pi plus pi sin 2 pi minus 2 pi plus pi sin pi. So we will have sin 2 pi is 0, sin pi also 0. So 4 pi minus 2 pi. 4 pi minus 2 pi, we get 2 pi. Okay, that's it. That's the answer. Okay, so next. Okay, what else? Question mana lagi? Okay, let's say question number 4 ni. Guys, do you have any problem for question number 1 and number 2? Dia integration biasa je kan? Ada yang tak dapat jawab? Okay, let's see kita buat soal nombor 1 lah dulu. Okay. Ada ni yang jenis senyap tak beritahu ni. Jangan malu guys, belajar jangan malu. Tanya je. Ni yang paling basic sekali lah. Okay, jom kita buat nombor 1 balik. Okay, slowly concept dia. So 0 until 1, 0 until 3, okay. So of course lah, ni memang rectangular region lah. Okay, so rectangular region, dia punya limit x, okay, limit y from 0 until 3 and then limit of x from 0 until 1. Okay, so kalau you sketch dia punya region, the region would be like this, 0 until 3, 0 until 1. Let's say 3, 0 until 1. So your region would be like this. So itu region kita lah. Alright, so let us proceed. Okay, again, this question needs you to ask you to integrate with respect to y, so x becomes the constant. Okay guys, so open the square bracket. 2x just a constant. So constant integrate terhadap y dapat 2x y. Okay, plus integrate 1 with respect to y. 1 tu constant so 1 darab dengan y jadi y lah. So substitute 0 and 3. 0 and 3 ni nilai apa? Nilai y lah. Y equals to 0, y equals to 3 dx. So we will have 0 until 1. 2x times 3, so we have 6x plus 3 minus, okay, dulu ada y, so 0 plus 0 dx. So we will have integration of 0, 1, 6x plus 3 dx. So we will have 6x squared over 2 plus 3x. So substitute 0 and 1. So we will have, guys, this is equivalent to 6 times 3. 3 plus 3 lah. Plus 3. So we get 6. That's the answer. Okay, ni yang paling basic sekali ni. Integration. Okay, so jom kita proceed. Let us do question number, let's say number 4 ni, sebab dia ada coefficient. Copy. So I believe you already know how to sketch the region, right? So region x. Sekarang ni x pula. Sebab kalau you tengok x from 0 until pi over 2. And then y, the outer from pi over 2 until pi. Okay, so we have x from 0 until pi over 2 and then limit of y from pi over 2 until pi. So basically if we sketch the graph, you will have something looks like this. Again, this is the rectangular region. So x and y, x from 0 until pi over 2. And then y from pi over 2 until pi. So you will have this region. So yeah. Okay. Now let's proceed with the calculation. From pi over 2 until pi. Okay. So integrate with respect to x now. So which one yang constant? Apa yang constant sekarang ni?
Y.
Y yang constant, okay? So integrate cos 2x Okay, sama je macam biasa. So integrate cos, we get sine. So 2 sine 2x, this 2, coefficient 2 bawa ke bawah. Over 2. Okay, and then minus 3 sine 3y, just a constant. Okay guys, the whole thing ni just a constant. So bila constant, you integrate constant terhadap x, you akan dapat apa?
3x sine 3y.
3x.
Yes, very good. So we will have minus 3x sine 3y. Darab dengan x sahajalah. 3 sine 3y itu constant, okay? So we have this substitute x. Okay, sekarang ni x, pi over 2 and then x equals to 0. So we can cancel this. 2 and 2 we can cancel. So substitute the limit pi over 2 until pi. So sine 2 times pi over 2 is sine pi minus 3 pi over 2 sine 3y minus sine 0 minus 3 times 0. Of course lah 0. Okay, so dy. So dy outside here. So sine pi, of course, sine pi we get 0. So sine 0 also 0. So we just have from pi over 2 until pi, negative 3 pi over 2 sine 3y dy. Okay, so yeah, integrate sine 3y with respect to 3, you just divide by 3. So we have pi over, tak ada dah, limit ni tak ada dah. So substitute negative 3 pi over 2 sine 3y. Integrate sine dapat apa? Positive or negative? Cos.
Negative cos.
Negative cos.
Negative cos 3y over 3. So substitute pi and then pi over 2. So this can be cancelled. 3 dengan 3 ni. So negative jadi positive lah guys. Alright. So now we have pi over 2 cos 3 pi minus pi over 2 cos 3 pi over 2. Okay. So 3 pi over 2 is 0. Cos 3 pi over 2 is 0. So cos 3 pi is negative 1. So we will have negative 1 times pi over 2 is negative pi over 2. Okay, that's it. Okay, so jom kita proceed. Question number 5. Alright, question number 5 is also a rectangular region. Copy. Okay, ni tadi soalan ni. Question number 5. Okay, don't worry guys, don't panic when you see this. It's still a constant. Okay, kalau you tekan ln 3, you akan dapat a number. So it's just a constant. Don't worry. Right, so limit y dengan limit y is from 0 until ln 3. And then x is from 0 until ln 2. So of course, the graph will be like this. Region R. Region R, x and y, so ln 3, ln 2, let's say ln 2 here. So this is the region. Okay, rectangular juga region dia. Okay, so let us calculate this. Okay, exponent 2x plus y, integrate with respect to y. So we just have exponent 2x plus y juga lah guys. Dia tak ada apa sebab tak ada coefficient kan? No coefficient here. So we divide by 1. Okay, so no coefficient, tak ada berkali dia 1. So we just get back the original term. So 2x plus y, substitute. Y equals to ln 3. And then y equals to 0 dx. Okay, so right here we will have 0 ln 2. So exponent 2x plus ln 3 minus exponent 2x plus 0. So just like this. Tak ada apalah. Okay, so we just have this one. And then automatically we can just integrate. So integrate exponent 2x. Bawa ke mana dua ni? These two ni.
Bawah.
Bawa ke bawah. Yes, very good. So we will have exponent 2x plus ln 3 divided by 2 minus exponent 2x also divided by 2. Okay, so substitute 0 and ln 2. Then we will have exponent 2 ln 2 plus ln 3 over 2 minus exponent 2 ln 2 over 2. Okay, minus tolak ni exponent 2 0. Okay, 0 plus ln 3 over 2 minus exponent 0 over 2. Okay, substitute like this. Okay, so we will have exponent 2 ln 2. Okay, that will be like this, guys. Wait a minute. Exponent over 2 ln 2 over 2 multiplied by exponent ln 3 over 2. No. Just like this. Ni tak ada dah ni. Okay. Lepas tu tolak exponent 2 ln 2. Exponent 2 ln 2 means sekejap, saya factor out dulu lah guys, lebih senang macam tu. Let me factor out this. So exponent 2 ln 2 over 2 multiply by exponent ln 3 minus 1. Macam tu lagi mudah. Minus 0. So exponent ln 3 over 2 minus 1 over 2 lah. So guys, 2 ln 2 should be exponent ln 2 squared. So we have over 2. Exponent ln 3 is 3 minus 1 minus 3 over 2 minus 1 over 2. So we will have this one ln exponent ln 2 squared exponent ln 4, so 4 over 2. Tolak 1 per 2, so tolak 1. So 2 darab 2 tolak 1. So we will have 3. Okay, so that's the answer. Betul ke ni? Sekejap saya check balik jawapan dia. Soalan nombor 5. Question number 5 we have, oh yes, 3. Okay. So that's the answer. Understand guys what am I doing here? Faham tak?
Faham.
Okay, good. So now next question, kita cari soalan yang lain. Question number 6 and 7 tu boleh jawab guys. Which question you nak saya solve ni? Cuba tahu saya soalan mana?
7.
7. Okay, boleh. Jom kita buat soalan nombor 7. Copy. Okay, let's do question number 7. Alright, so now I believe all of you already understand how to sketch the region kan? So kita proceed calculation terus So pi over 2 anti pi. Okay, open this bracket. integrate with respect to y. Y. So x becomes the constant. So warna hijau. Saya buat warna hijau ni constant. Ni pun constant. Okay, so what you can have here, integrate, okay, cos, we will get sin. So x ni constant, salin je balik. You just copy it down. Sin xy over the constant x. Okay, x tu constant. So kita bawa turun x yang ni. X yang kat sini ni, dia per dengan x lah. Okay, so now close this. Substitute y equals to 1 and y equals to 2 dx. Okay, so of course, we can cancel this happily. Dengan gembiranya, you boleh integrate lah kan. So pi over 2 pi. Okay, so sin x y. Substitute y equals to 2, so you will get sin 2x minus, substitute y equals to 1, so minus sin x dx. So of course, integrate sin, we will get positive cos ke negative cos, guys?
Negative.
Negative cos 2x divided by 2 minus integrate jadi negative cos x lah. Macam gitu. So we will have substitute x equals to pi, x equals to pi over 2. So of course we can have negative cos 2 pi over 2 minus become plus lah. Cos pi minus negative cos 2 times pi over 2. So negative cos 2 darab pi per 2 jadi pi. Minus become plus cos pi over 2. Okay, that's it. So now cos 2 pi ni jadi 1. Cos pi is negative 1. Cos pi is negative 1. Cos pi over 2 is 0. So we will have negative 1 minus 1 minus negative 1, positive 1 plus 0 like this. So negative 2 minus 1, negative 3. Negative 3. Negative 3. Jawapan negative 2. Bukan salah saya ni. Kejap. Oh, over 2. Terlupa, sorry. This is negative 1 over 2, isn't it? Yang ni pun over 2. Oh, patutlah. Okay. Ada over 2, so negative 3 over 2 minus 1 over 2, so dia jadi negative 4 over 2, negative 2 lah, negative 2, betul tak? Negative 2, question number 7. Okay, yes, negative 2, alright. So next question, ada lagi masa ni, kita buat di soalan seterusnya. Which question you want me to solve it for you? Pilih guys, which question you all nak saya buat ni? Yang you rasa tak boleh buat sendiri, tak dapat jawapan. Which question? Question number 10 ni boleh? Panjang.
Boleh.
Boleh dapat? How about question number 8? Dapat? Ni kena ada long ni. Okay, let's do question number 8 lah. Sebab dia jawapan dia ada long tu sebenarnya. Okay. Siapa je lah yang WhatsApp saya sekejap Alright. So question number 8. Alright, so guys, for this question, it's up to you whether you want to do it as dx dy ataupun dy dx because your limits already given here. Okay, so don't worry, mana-mana pun boleh. Kalau rectangular ni bermaksud dia punya limits dia constant. So bila limit constant guys, dua-dua boleh. You nak simply switch dy dx into dx dy boleh, tak ada masalah. However, dalam next subtopic 4.3 minggu depan, you tak boleh simply switch the position sebab dia bukan constant semua limit tu. Nanti saya explain next week lah for subtopic 4.3. Okay, so in this case it's up to you. You nak dy dx ataupun dx dy. Dulu boleh So we will have x over y. Let's say you all nak dy dx ke dx dy? Saya ikut awak ni. Which one you want?
dx dy.
Okay, dx dy. So jom kita buat dx dy. Okay, so dx dy. What's the limit of x? What's the inner limit bahagian dalam ni? X from?
1, 3.
Yes,
1
1
to
until
3.
3. Yes, so untuk y we have 2 until 4. So now we can have 2 until 4. Okay, y is just a constant. So we can take out 1 over y. Dia just constant saja guys. Dia tak terlibat dengan kita punya integration ni. Dia just per kali. Dia just not a number. You kena anggap dia macam constant. So 1 per y boleh bawa keluar siap-siap. So we just integrate x. So integrate x becomes x squared over 2. Okay, so we substitute 1 and 3 dy. Okay, so we will have integration from 2 until 4. So 1 over 2. 1 over y. So we have 2 cube. So 2 cube is 3 kuasa 2. 9 per 2. 3 squared. 2 cube pula. 3 squared is 9. 9 over 2 minus substitute 1 over 2. So you dapat macam ni. Okay, so 9 tolak 1, 8 bagi 2 jadi 4 lah. So 4. Bawa keluar siap-siap sebab dia just a constant. So you take the constant out. And then we have 2 until 4, 1 over y dy. So we will have integrate 1 over y should get ln y. Okay, substitute y equals to 4 and 2. So we will have 4 multiplied by ln 4 minus ln 2. Okay, so we will have 4 ln 4 divided by 2. Okay, so we have 4 ln 2. Right, that's the answer. 4 ln 2. Okay, so jom next question. Kita tengok soalan seterusnya. Okay, jomlah kita buat soalan 11 ni. Okay, soalan nombor 11 ni. Question number 11. Copy. Okay, so this question integration. Okay, let's say kita buat x 4 minus x squared. You all nak dx dy ke dy dx for this question?
dy dx.
Okay, dy dx boleh. Jom kita buat dy dx. Dulu boleh sebenarnya, tak kisah. So saya follow je, you nak dy dx, saya buat dy dx. So y is from 1 until 2. Okay, this is the limit of y. Y from 1 until 2. And next, limit for x from 0 until 1. So outer limit belongs to x lah, 0 until 1. So now dy dx, of course the whole thing becomes a constant. So 0 until 1, x square root 4 minus x squared ni just a constant. So bawa keluar siap-siap. And then you integrate 1 with respect to y, you got 1 lah. So y, substitute 1 and 2, dx. So we will have 0 until 1. So x 4 minus x squared, 2 minus 1, dx. So 2 minus 1, of course we get 1. So we can integrate this happily. Okay, 1 darab x tolak 4 minus x squared. So dx. Okay guys, now we need to make a substitution. So let's say saya ambil yang dalam ni je. Saya buat berbeza sikit dalam soalan. Saya ambil yang ni je. Okay, let u equals to 4 minus x squared. Let's say saya ambil ni sahaja. Okay, so differentiate u, we will get negative 2x dx. Okay, differentiate ni. Ni differentiate x squared ni jadi negative 2x dx. Okay, therefore dx becomes negative du over 2x. Okay, so saya nak substitute sekali dengan limit. Okay, so when x equals to 0, okay, limit bawah ni, x equals to 0 ni, when x equals to 0, we will have u equals to 4 minus 0 squared. Saya gantikan kat dalam ni. U equals to 4 minus x squared tu. So 4 minus u equals to 4. Ni 4 4 minus 0 squared becomes 4 lah. And then when x equals to, apa lagi limit atas dia? Equals to 1. When x equals to 1, we will have u equals to 1 minus 4 minus 1 squared. So we will have 3. Okay, therefore guys, what happened? Dia akan jadi equals to, okay, limit 0 tadi jadi 4, so 0 jadi 4. Limit 1 dekat atas tadi jadi 3. Okay, saya follow yang saya dapat ni. This one, 4 and 3 ni. So limit 0 becomes 4, limit 1 becomes 3. So saya ikut position dia lah. Okay, now we will have here guys, x, you copy balik x. And then square root 4 minus x squared tu dia jadi square root u. Okay, because the whole thing is u. So dx ni dx equals to negative du over 2x. So we will have negative du over 2x. So we can erase this, we can cancel this x and this x. So it becomes integration equals to negative 1 over 2 can be taken out. So integration from 4 until 3 u to the power of 1 over 2 du. So I change the square root sign jadi power of half lah. So negative 1 over 2, you integrate u to the power of half, we will get u to the power of 3 over 2 over 3 over 2. Okay, so substitute u equals to 3 and 4. Then we will have negative 1 over 2, substitute 3 over 2 jadi 2 over 3. Okay, so 3 to the power of 3 over 2 minus 2 over 3 times 4 to the power of 3 over 2. Macam tu. So we will have these two can be cancelled. Ni tak ada dah. So dia jadi negative 1 over 3. 3 to the power of 3 over 2 minus, okay, 4, 2 squared, so 8. So it becomes 1 over 3, 8 minus 3 to the power of 3 over 2. So that's it, that's the answer. Understand, guys? Understand or not?
Yes.
Saya cakap sorang je kalau buat kelas ni. Okay, so jom. Volume. So jom kita buat soalan nombor 13. Nombor 13 Question 13. Copy. Question 13. So we have this question. Okay, so volume equals to double integration towards region R fxy dA. Okay, so of course fxy ni adalah equivalent to function z. Okay, and then dA ni pula it's either dy dx or dx dy, is up to you. Both can. Okay, so now let's say kita nak calculate the volume under the surface ni. V equals to in double integration, we have 2x squared plus 3xy squared. Okay, you want dy dx or dx dy?
dx dy.
Dx dy. Okay, jom kita buat dx dy. Dx dy. So limit apa belah dalam ni kalau dx dy? Ni negative 1 until 2 because x. Okay, so negative 1 until 2. And then the outer limit should be belongs to y. So y limit dia from 0 until 3. Okay, so from 0 until 3. So let us solve this question. equals to 0 until 3 integrate to x squared. So it becomes 2x cubed over 3 plus 3xy squared. 3x squared over 2 lah. So y squared just maintain sebab y2 just constant. So copy balik saja. So substitute x equals to -1 and x equals to 2 dy. Okay, so we will have 0 until 3, 2x cubed. So 2 times 2 kuasa 3. So 8 kan. 3 plus 3 over 2x squared. So times 4 times y squared minus -1. -1, so -2 over 3 lah. Plus -1 squared, so 3 over 2y squared dx dy. Okay, so 0 until 3, 8, 16 over 3 plus 12 over 2, so 6y squared minus become plus 2 over 3 and then minus 3 over 2y squared dy. Okay, so dia jadi 0 until 3, 16 plus 2, so 18. 18 bagi 3, 6. Tambah 6. 6 tolak 3/2, so 12 tolak 3, 9/2, isn't it? So 9 over 2y squared. Kalau saya salah, beritahu kalau saya terlepas pandang. Okay, so substitute 6y integrate ni, so we will have 9 over 2y cubed over 3, substitute 0 and 3. So we will have 6y. 9 bagi 3, 3/2 lah. Y kuasa 3, substitute 3, 0. So dia jadi 6 kali 3, 18. Plus 3 cube. 9 kali 3, 27 kali 3. 81, isn't it? Minus 0 plus 0. 18 tambah 81 over 2. So we will get 117 over 2. Sama ke ni? Yes. Or 58 1 over 2 or 58.5. Okay. Sama dah ni. Understand, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.